was raised in a lion's den. My name is Bricktop, raised in a lion's den. And my nightly occupation is stealing other women's men, 'cause my hair is curly.
Her given name was Ada Beatrice Queen Victoria Louise Virginia Smith Ducanage. Born in 1894 in Alderson, Monroe County, the woman who would become internationally known as Bricktop remains one of the most fascinating personalities of the 20th century. From Chicago to Harlem, where, as a chorus girl, she befriended an aspiring pianist named Duke Ellington, to Paris, where she became the toast of that grand city, and on to Mexico City, Madrid, and Rome, she found herself on the cutting edge of an elite driving force in culture and high society. Her father, a native of Monroe County and a barber by trade, died when she was 4. The following year, her mother moved the family to Chicago. Taken with the Windy City's cabaret scene, Bricktop was dancing at age 15, and a year later was working as a chorus girl in Harlem. In 1924, she moved to Paris to escape the racial prejudice in the U.S. and stayed in Europe for 23 years. She left her favorite city only when the Germans were marching down the Champs-Élysées. Along the way, her patrons, friends, and protégés included F. Scott Fitzgerald, Langston Hughes, Noel Coward, Paul Robeson, Ernest Hemingway, Fred Astaire, Picasso, John Steinbeck, Gloria Swanson, Josephine Baker, and Salvador Dali. In fact, Steinbeck was once thrown out of her club for ungentlemanly behavior. He regained her affection by sending her a taxi full of roses. Enchanted with the red-haired, cigar-smoking queen of the cabarets, Cole Porter enlisted her to teach guests the Charleston at his lavish parties. He also wrote Miss Otis Regrets, his strangely charming and oft-covered murder ballad specifically for Bricktop.
She drew a gun and shot her lover down, madam.
T.S. Eliot was quoted as saying, "And on that day Bricktop was born, and to her thorn she gave a rose." While legendary jazz guitarist Django Reinhardt wrote and recorded a song titled Bricktop. Bricktop also proved quite resourceful herself. After fleeing Paris in 1939, she opened a cafe in Mexico City in 1944. Her last Bricktops was located on Rome's fashionable Via Veneto. She returned to the U.S. in 1972 and worked at a Manhattan club owned by Huntington Hartford, then one of the world's richest men. And in 1974, she appeared in Michael Schultz's blaxploitation film, Honey Baby, Honey Baby. Her persona captured the imagination of Woody Allen, who cast her in a cameo in his 1983 mock documentary, Zelig. That same year, her autobiography, Bricktop by Bricktop, was published. Her name resurfaced briefly in Woody Allen's 2011 film, Midnight in Paris, when a couple looking to have some fun says, "Let's go to Bricktops." While she was a singer and dancer who entertained some of the most famous and creative people of her time, Bricktop became an enduring icon because of the sheer strength and vibrancy of her personality. In her own words, "I'm not really a singer. You might say I'm an entertainer, but mostly I'm a personality." In a 1973 interview with the Charleston Daily Mail, she said, "I have to put my trust in God, and He's taken me far. Soon I have a feeling He's going to take me to West Virginia, and I can just hear my mama in her grave laughing and saying, 'There's my baby, back home at last where she belongs.'" Bricktop died on New Year's Eve, 1984, in her New York apartment at age 89.